How's it going, guys? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer coming at you with another video. Today we're doing a little bit of a VR response to our good old buddy MetalJesusRocks. He put out a video today, what we really think of physical versus digital. I gotta say, before we get into that rant, he's got his circle jerk of friends, his crew, if you will. And not one person hit the nail on the head with regards to this topic, okay? I don't think any of these guys understand what they're talking about. I'm sorry. So your Uncle CG here has to chime in and tell you guys how it is and give you a bit of dose of reality, if you will. But it is funny, it is something to say when you get MJR who reaches out to certain content creators, not all of them, but some of them, and they have to put up a big production with their lighting and their camera, and they have to make it all look super snazzy. And when somebody does that, it just, to me, it looks like it's somebody who's trying to overcompensate for the fact that they're not able to deliver in front of the camera intellectually what they're trying to say. They're trying to make something look really good. They're trying to, here's a pig. Can you please put lipstick on it? You know what I mean? Like, if you really have something to say that's meaningful, you don't need to have the glitzy camera and the lighting, especially when you're talking about someone who's giving their opinion for like a minute and a half or 2 minutes. Do you really need to go all out like that? It's so ridiculous. But I guess that's something that you younger kids of the younger generation, you guys don't quite understand that, I guess, because I find a lot of times the content creators out there that have these ridiculous production values, maybe I'm wrong, but a lot of times it looks like it is the younger generation. But we can save that conversation for another day. So, what do I think? I want to give my 2 cents because MJR didn't reach out to me. If he did, sorry, Jason, your email went to my junk box, okay? I'm sorry. So what do I think about digital versus physical? So first off, Metal Jesus, the idiot that he is, he does this all the time. He's done this on multiple occasions when he talks about this. He's like, well, 20 years ago we thought the music industry was over as far as physical media is concerned, but lo and behold, Look at vinyl. It has a huge resurgence. Look what's happening. So, you can't compare vinyl records to DVDs, Jason. Okay? It's not the same. DVDs and Blu-rays are a dead format. Those formats will never, ever, ever have a resurgence the same way that vinyl records are having, okay? It's not the same, okay? It's not a large chunk of plastic that you can put on a record player with a needle with amazing artwork inside, okay? That's different, Jason, okay? That's different, okay? VHS is different. VHS is having a little bit of a resurgence. Cassette tapes are different than Blu-rays, DVDs, and CDs, okay? Those formats are dead, okay? They're dead. They don't have the same longevity as a vinyl record, Jason, okay? Why can't you get that through your thick fucking skull? Oh my god. The video game consoles of today, the Xbox Series X and the PS5 that still have Blu-ray drives, that needs to go away. That is a dead format. Nobody buys Blu-ray players for their TVs anymore, okay? And this is coming from somebody that likes physical media. I can see the writing is on the wall, okay? Blu-rays suck. I don't collect Blu-rays. I try not to, unless it's like a Criterion collection. I try not to buy CDs. And the thing is take for an example, Cyberpunk 2077. I bought this when it came out. Obviously, we don't need to go in depth on this, but it had a lot of updates, even ongoing as we sit here today. So many updates, at one point I stopped updating this game. And then I went back to update it a couple of weeks ago. And it literally sucked up all my bandwidth for my monthly internet usage. That's how much the update was as far as data consumption is concerned. So there was a re-release of this game that came out recently, and it allegedly has the whole game on the disc. I fucking doubt it. I guarantee you, if I go out and purchase that copy of Cyberpunk today and put it in my Xbox Series X, it's probably going to ask me to download an update. And the thing is, nobody talked about this in MJR's video, but you guys need to understand that the games just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You can't possibly fit an entire game. You could, but in some cases you can't, such as Cyberpunk, on the physical disc. You need to have a chunk of the game online to be able to download. It's just reality. That's just the way that it is, okay? A Blu-ray can only store so much. I really think that physical media is, well, I don't think, I know, it's going away. But that's a complicated statement, because what I mean by that is I'm talking about modern games for the modern consoles. It just doesn't make sense. It's not viable from a business perspective for these companies to have physical releases when you can just release it digital. Where I do see physical continuing on is with regards to cartridge-based format. We're talking about limited run games, retro repro carts, strictly limited. All those companies that are creating physical games, not so much for the modern consoles, but for the Sega Genesis, the Super NES, the NES. There's a lot of indie developers out there that are creating new games for these old consoles, and we're seeing physical releases because, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, Jason, a cartridge, like a Sega Genesis cart, bears more resemblance to a vinyl record than a DVD or a Blu-ray format. Okay, so that's key right there, right? But as far as physical continuing on with the PS5 and the PS6 and the next Xbox console, no, I don't think that's going to be continuing on. Again, it's a dead format, and I would like for everything to go all digital because I can stop hoarding in my games room, and I don't have to keep buying new games, running out of room here. And I think a lot of you guys can agree, if physical goes away, that's one less problem we have to deal with. A lot of the modern games are here today, gone tomorrow. You play them, you beat them, and you move on to the next, and you don't really have any intentions on going back, let's be honest. And the other thing too is with physical media, I just don't see it being, as far as appreciation is concerned. Not that that's a big deal for me, but it is for a lot of you out there. These newer releases, they really aren't going to hold their value that much. Sure, you can resell them, but as far as it becoming, 20 years from now, considered like a retro game, I'd be hard pressed to wonder if this is even going to work in 10, 15 years, to be honest. But more to the point, if physical goes away, and this is actually what I wanted to say, it's going to be good because then it's going to screw over those scalpers out there that are currently trying to, buy every new game that comes out just to be able to try to flip it on eBay and make a profit. I'm really getting sick and tired of that. So if we go all digital, I'm completely fine with it. PC has been all digital for decades now. Again, you guys out there, especially you guys that were on the MJR video that might watch this video, you have no problem buying your movie tickets to go to the movies digital. You have no problem buying your groceries through Walmart.ca and showing up at Walmart to pick up your groceries. You have no problem using Amazon.ca to buy things. You have no problem going on to IKEA and ordering things. You have no problem buying a vehicle online, Tesla.com. You have no problem talking to a real estate agent online shopping for a house. You have no problem using Netflix. you have no problem, embracing the digital way of life. But when it comes to your video games, oh my God, it's a big fucking deal if we go all digital. You guys are a bunch of fucking hypocrites. Oh my fucking God. You guys are video game addicts. That's what it all boils down to, and you guys don't want to admit it. You guys are vicious video game addicts, okay? You're fine with everything being all digital except for your video games? Uh-huh. Right. So that's it. That's it for my response to Metal Jesus Rocks. I am fine with everything going all digital. It is going to happen. Physical is going to go away as far as modern releases are concerned. As far as re-releases of older games, specifically for cartridge-based games, that will continue to go on because that is a hipster movement. A lot of the younger generation, they've latched onto that, let's be honest. And also Nintendo. Who can forget? Nintendo Switch. Nintendo continues to embrace physical media because, again, Jason, we're talking about cartridges, okay? We're not talking about DVDs and Blu-rays. So get that out of your thick skull, Radical Reggie, okay? Blu-rays and DVDs are a dead format. How many times do I have to spell it out to you guys? We are not going to have companies producing physical Blu-rays and DVDs in the year 2030, okay? Get over that. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me. Love you, MJR. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.